hello, hello. I want to make sure I'm live. Yes, I am. How are you all today? So this is actually going to be a fun day. When I decided I was going to do this one, I got so excited. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Sibila. I never actually, I keep forgetting to introduce myself every time I go live because I just assume that since you're on my page or since you're watching my video, you probably see my name. But I know that my name is very hard to pronounce. So I'm going to start reminding myself that I do need to say my name. So my name is Sibila. I'm actually a web designer. I have a whole bunch of other background things to tell you, but this is not today. I actually want to go ahead and talk to you about curating images for your brand. So this is actually the first step that I use with some of my clients. And I'm dying to actually share this with you. So let me know if you're here and who you are, where you connecting from. So I see Lori. Hey, Lori. Hi, Christina. Oh my goodness. How is everyone? Look at this. This is Lori. Hi, Lori. How are you doing, my friend? And then we have Christina here too. Hi, how are you? So you guys are excited for this because I can't wait to actually share this with you. So, okay. So I have a couple of little things prepared because I do want to share my screen with you. But one of the first things that we have to do, in case you don't have this yet, is create a Pinterest account. So I am I'd say probably 90% of you already have a Pinterest account. And if you don't, I am going to run really quick through this in case you don't have one. So just you can open one. So I'm going to share my screen to show you how... Hold on, let me get this right here. How to open this. I got a couple of little screens. I want to go through this real quick in case you don't have a Pinterest account yet. Oh my gosh, I see Christina. Christina says, "Oh my gosh, you're from Spain. Hello, Christina. It's probably what, 6 o'clock there now? 6, maybe 5, 6. My brother's in Ireland, so it might be the same time. I'm not sure. Anyway, so let's keep going here. So in case you don't have a Pinterest account, go on to Pinterest, pinterest.com. And let me move. I have your comments right in front of me here. I guess you don't see it, but I do. So let me move this. Okay, so if you don't have a Pinterest account, you want to get in and definitely open your own. So this is how the screen looks if you don't have an account, and you can go ahead and either continue with your Google account or create one without using any of those connections like Facebook, Google, all that stuff. After that, Pinterest is actually going to ask you a couple of questions really quick, like 5 questions. You can answer them really quick. And I think 2 of these questions, one is for you to pick at least 3 categories you want to explore. That's because Pinterest wants to know what you're interested in, so they can show you pins that are related to your liking. So after you do that, the next question is you're going to pick 5 more. So that's it. That's basically what you do. You're going to pick the categories you like, and then after you do that, Pinterest is going to put together a page for you, like a home page for you with a whole bunch of pins. But that's not where we're going to go. After you get that account ready, you're going to go and you're going to go into your account and click on, this is I literally opened a new account so I could show you how it looks when it's brand new. So you're going to go into your little picture here. You probably don't have one since you just opened the account. But if you do, if you already have one, this is definitely where you want to start with this. So you want to click on your little picture here, get to your account. And then when you get there, you want to click on where it says boards. And on the top left here, there's a plus sign. You're going to go ahead and click on that and create a board. We're setting everything up, okay? So you're going to just give it your name or your brand name. And I'm just going to put Sibila in my case. And I'm going to put brand inspiration. That's the name of my board. I'm creating a brand new board. And then the visibility is you can keep it secret, which in this case I will. But you don't have to. If you want to keep it public, it's fine too. And you can have a date, which you don't have to. Just do it like that and then create the board. So once you have that, okay, of course, this board is actually going to show me some things from my true account, the account I have. But it's going to give you a couple of pins that you can use on that board, but that's not what we're going to do. This is what you're going to do. Once you have your board, you're going to start pinning images for that are going to inspire you for your brand. Now, this is where it gets, I don't want to say it gets tricky because it's not tricky, but this is where it gets kind of fun in a way, because people go like, okay, so how do I start this? I mean, I know how to pin, I know how to, create my board. Okay, this is all might all be easy for you if you're already inside Pinterest. But what you're gonna do is you're going to find 5 words that are related to your brand. I call them tone words. Some people call them brand tone words. Basically, these are words that we end up narrowing them down so we can define our brand with these words. Now, if you took my brand style quiz, which I hope you did, one of the questions that I have, I think maybe the third question I have some of those words there that you have to pick. That helps me actually nail down, or let's say nail it, your brand style. But of course, there's a lot more to it. But these are the words that you're going to use. Now, if you don't have these words, which is fine, it's okay if you don't have them, and if you did take the quiz, you can go ahead and use those that are actually also on the PDF you get after you do the quiz. And you, of course, you have to give me your email, and your email has to be, of course, correct. After you get that PDF, on I believe it's the 3rd page of the PDF, there's a block there with a whole bunch of words that you can use. Those are words that you can use for your brand. Of course, there's a whole bunch. I don't know, maybe 20 or 30 words. I don't remember exactly how many I put there. But out of all those words, pick 5 of them. And you can actually come up with other words. You don't have to follow that specifically, but you can definitely use that as a base. I mean, if you already went through the quiz, if you already know your results, if you think it nailed, if you believe the result was spot on, definitely use that if you don't have your brand tone words yet. So with those words, so pick 5, okay? With those words, that's how we're going to start searching inside Pinterest. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you, I want to show you this part. These are the words. Remember, I talked about the words that are on that are in the question in the quiz, the brand style quiz. These are the words that I have there that you have to pick. It's like a group of 3 words that you have to pick, either classic, refined, exclusive, or reliable, easygoing, and warm, glittering, charming, graceful, wise, mysterious, peaceful. So these are some of the words. I'm actually going to use modern, sleek, and stylish as examples so we can put together a board and you can see how it goes. So after you decide on those words, you want to pair those words with words like this. These are some examples that you want to use them with. So I'm going to go through them. Decor, style, design, wall. I know wall kind of looks weird, but like you could put wallpaper, wall painting, wall decor, whatever. You could do that. That's why I have wall here. Patterns, colors, fonts, and all of these other ones. You can think of others, but these are the ones that I usually use to curate anything paired with the words of my brand. So this is an example how it would look. So for example, decor, you can pair it with modern if modern is one of your words, is one of your brand tone words. Same thing with style. The word style that we have here is also a word that you want to pair with your brand tone words. So let's say one of your brand tone words is outdoorsy and adventurous. Put those 2 together and put them with style. And I see more people joining us. Hello, Andrea. How are you? Okay, so you pair these. So this is a couple of these. I have a few examples here of brand tone words: modern, outdoor, exclusive, artistic, classic, paired with those words, with those other words that are that will help you. Now, if you do that, I want to show you first in Pinterest. So let's go. I'm going to do modern decor. So if I go up here and I do a search for modern decor. Now what you're going to do is, okay, so I have modern, which is, let's say it's one of my brand tone words, and I paired it with the word decor. So you're going to go through this, and whatever catches your eye, whatever it is that, let me put this here, whatever it is that that, you know, that you look at it and go, oh my God, this looks so much like my brand, or this feels so much like me. If you're, of course, if you're a personal brand, you could definitely pin these. So let's say something that pops up for me is this one. So this one, I'm going to go and save this, and then I'm going to save it to my board. So it will start like that, create a board. You already did. So you're just going to go ahead and type in, which it should show up over here, right? I created the board. You know, I'm going to make sure I created the board. Did I create the board, ladies? I did, right here. Okay, so I did. So let's click over here then. There's my board. Okay, for some reason it didn't show up when I did the search. Let me do the search again. Maybe I should reload my page. Yeah, let's see. This one. I'm just going to pick any. Okay, so now it shows up. So it should show. If it doesn't, you can reload the page. So it shows it. So it shows. Because, you know, whatever. You know, these browser things. So you see what happened to me, right? Well, the first time it didn't show up, even though I had the board there. So, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pin this to my board. And I'm going to keep going. So let's say I like this one. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go ahead and pin it to my board. Now, I want to show you something that's really fun that you could do in case you click on, instead of, whoops, let me move this here again. Move it back. Move it back here. In case you're, let me do the search again, modern decor. So in case you click just on the button that says save, you're already going ahead and saving it to your board. But if you click on the picture itself, which you see it bigger and you see some of the, you know, the explanation on the picture, whatever it is, where it comes from. But if you come down here, you're actually going to see more pictures that are related to that picture. So they either have the same keywords or the same style, whatever it is. You can go ahead and look at these and maybe find even more stuff to your board from here. That's actually a nice little tip that a lot of people actually miss it. So, and then I can keep going. So if I like this one, but I want to see more like this, I go ahead and click on it and scroll down. So I think I have a question here from Lori. Let's see. Lori says, my problem with Pinterest is that about 95% of the pins are 404s. And thus, I think, aren't really helpful because all I can get is the thumbnail size pic. Okay, I'm going to get there, Lori, all right? So here's the thing. You definitely don't want to use these images at all for your brand, for real. This is like it's literally like for your inspiration. So I'm going to get there. We're just, right now, all we're doing is just visual. We're not actually clicking on the image and then clicking here to get to the link of the image. You don't want to do that yet, okay? And I agree with you. Some of the pins are like 404s. They take you to a different place where the image is not really the image. Believe me, I've been through the same issue too. So, but what we're doing right now is we're creating a board of visuals using our brand tone words. Okay, that's what we're doing. Because basically, this is like almost like the beginning of everything. Where I don't know why I have bathroom here. Let me go direct to camera here a little bit. This helps if I can do this. Yeah, okay, it worked. Okay, so what you want to do first is you want to put together all of these images. I mean, think about this as a big collage, like you're opening, back in the day, like you're opening a magazine or like several magazines, and you're like literally cutting off images of everything you like, everything that's related to your brand, and then putting them all together. That's kind of like what we're doing right now. Because there's a couple of steps after that you do to actually create the visual or the mood board and all of those things. And I'm actually going to cover this in another video. I don't want to make this one too long, but this is actually the real beginning of how to transform all of these words and all of these feelings into visuals. So before, I actually used to, I've just said, get magazines and cut out pictures. I actually used to do that with my clients when we were working on brands and stuff like that. So I don't know why. Okay, so let me go back to this because I want to show you how one board looks after you've put all of these pins together. Okay, so remember, let me go back here. So remember that you're going to put together words, these words are words that are related to your brand. So your brand tone words, like pick 5 so you don't go too crazy. Okay, write those 5 words down and then match them up with words like this. Especially colors, fonts, patterns, design, style, and these, like this first column here, you can get a lot of really good things if you pair your brand words with these words here. I mean, the other ones too, like people, landscapes, architecture, fabrics, foliage. I mean, there's so much. And what you're going to do is, again, you're going to put together all of these pins inside your board. And let me show you how it looks after you have a board ready. So for those of you who have not been here, this is actually my own Pinterest page. I am not logged into this account. I'm logged into that brand new account that I just created so I could show you how it goes, how it looks when you first start. But this is my account here, and I clicked on board, so you're looking at all of my boards. So in order for me to create the quiz and give you a lot of more examples, I created boards related to each style. So let's say you are the modern, the minimalist and the modern style. So this is the board. So basically, this is the board I created using the exact same technique I just taught you. I just showed you. Use the brand words, the brand tone words that you have. In my case, I used these. I think I highlighted them here. Modern, sleek, and stylish. I used a little bit more because I do have, since I was putting together a board for a lot of people, I used a couple of more words, but these were the main ones that I used. And this is what I came up with. I put it together along with colors, and I had some colors here. These are patterns. So all of this whole board is all related to my minimalist style. And the way I put together this is basically doing that search. And I just pinned all of these images. Now, Lori, in your case, related to your question, not all of these images take to the real website, and some of them take to a website completely different. Unfortunately, that's one of the problems with Pinterest. They do have to actually deal with that. But here the idea is visual, okay? So so at this point, once you have your board put together, you're gonna look through it, and you're actually going to find patterns. Now, I'm not saying patterns is specifically like a pattern. You're going to find your own pattern. You're going to see that you're putting together from all the pins that you put together. There's a lot of blues, or there's a lot of reds, or there's a lot of straight lines, or there's a lot of wavy lines, or patterns that are very simplistic or very complicated patterns. You're going to end up, the more pins you do to that board, forget the quality. We're not talking about quality. We're talking about visuals. And the more you do, the more, it's almost like you're collecting data. So after you do all of this and you get like 100 pins on that board, you're going to look through it and you're going to see things that always come up. You're going to see colors that are always coming up. You're going to see specific fonts that always come up. You're going to see several things that are always coming up on your pins. It's like magic. You're actually going to find your brand right there, the way your brand is, the way all those tone words that you had are being translated into visuals. I kind of call it like your visual vocabulary, which is what it is. So you're putting all of these things together. And from here, this is your first step to create your own mood board. So again, I want to bring this up. This is very important because I do know that some people are not sure about this, but these images are not yours to use. These are images that you're definitely not going to use on your own branding unless you find images that are actually stock photos, which you can find a lot of them on Pinterest as well. People that use stock photos. And but then you still have to pay for those images if you do want to use them. So I don't know, if you find a picture of a flower, for example, that you like, and you find out it's actually a stock photo and you can purchase it, you can go ahead and purchase it, and of course you can go ahead and use it. Then you're going to have the high resolution, that whole thing. But you definitely don't want to use these images for real. Like, first of all, because they're not yours. They're owned by someone else. And second, because they're low resolution. Again, it's the whole, what Lori was talking about. It's the whole issue of, you're not going to get to the high resolution at all. And you shouldn't either. It's not something that you're going to be using. Yes, collage, a scrapbook. Exactly. That's basically what it is. What's happening is that you're finding things that are totally related to your brand just by like gathering all of this data, meaning like all this visual data. And then you're going to find you actually like, for example, in this case here, that I'm showing you is that you'll find here you'll find like fonts that are just sans serif fonts, for example. So that's a common thread within your pins. So what you're going to find is, again, all this pattern. So after you do that, that's when you start moving on to your mood board. So after you do that, you're going to actually look through all of your images again, and then you're going to slowly curate some images, not all of them, but it's actually good to pick a few to put them in a mood board, again, to just see how your brand feels. And it will help you pick fonts. It will help you pick colors for your brand. It will help you even pick images and mood, like image moods. It will help you pick filters for your photographs if you do decide to use filters. It will help you with so many things. I actually teach this inside my branding workshop. I teach you how to do it, and that's actually one tiny little part of it before you move on to mood boards. Again, this helps you pick fonts and colors and patterns. It helps you see the style that you're going to have your graphics on, even your own website, even your graphics, social media. There's so many things that you can go from here. So once you put together your mood board, let me show you before I go. I want to show you this because this is the minimalist board, okay? And then you can see how you always see grays, and you might see pastels too, but you see grays and blacks and whites and straight lines and sans serif fonts. You might find some bold fonts, which is very common too in a minimalist style. You might find like sleek straight lines. Again, it's all of those the words I talked about, these words again. These words here. See, I said sleek. Here's my word here, sleek. So I still have this bathroom thing here on my other account. That's funny. So I want to show you the other boards I have. I showed you the minimalist. This is the feminine one. So I used, this is feminine, romantic, delicate. I have some of the words here: graceful, romantic, soft, gentle. So you see a lot of pastels, a lot of script fonts and flowers. So again, the more pins you have inside that board, the more of a pattern you end up seeing. Now, of course, here I already had an objective of, I'm going to just do feminine. But in your case, even though let's say you're feminine, in your case, you still want to find what else, is it that always comes in your pins. So this is the feminine board. I do have, there's 5 more boards. I have actually 7 of these boards. I have luxurious and vibrant, organic, serene, and vintage boards. You can actually go look through these and find pins for yourself. So after you do that, let me go back here again. Let me go back to now that I realize that there's no little bobbling head there. So after you do that, you're going to start copying these images into your board, into your mood board. But to copy it, just like I want to address Lori's question again, don't worry about the pixelated, don't worry about it being small. Again, this is just for inspiration. But even from these, you can actually save them and use them on your board. Again, you're not going to use them on your brand for real, but you can definitely use them on your mood board. So I want to last thing here, I want to show you how a mood board looks after you pick all. I just hit my microphone here. I hope everything's okay here. So after you pick all of the images for your mood board, and you can go ahead and keep changing them until you get to the final one, the one that you really like. So let me show you how it looks once you put all of these together, and from those boards that I created in Pinterest. that's how I did, actually. To get to the mood boards inside the PDFs from the brand quiz that you did, or if you did the brand quiz, if you got the PDF, there's a mood board in there. All of these mood boards were created exactly this way. So let me show you how it goes, how it happens, in case you didn't get to it or you haven't done the quiz. So this is one of the mood boards inside Minimalist. Again, these are the words I used to create this mood board. These images, of course, they are not from Pinterest itself. These images are, I want to keep going back so you guys can see me. But these images I'm going to show you are all free images from Unsplash. But I used the same technique inside Unsplash to find these images. Same thing. Tone words with some combined with other words to find these images. It's the same exact process. I just used Unsplash because eventually I wanted you guys to be able to click on that image, get to it, and be able to download it and actually use it inside your brand. So these images are free to use. I think one or two, maybe in a couple of boards, they're from Creative Market, but most of these images that on all of my 7 mood boards that I gave you, they're, you can click on them, you can find the high resolution image inside Unsplash. Okay, so let's go back and show you. So this is the mood board that I came up with using these 3 words and a combination of the others. So as you can see here, I used decor. This came up. Foliage. This came up. I even used animals. See, this one came up. So again, this one is for vibrant. So this one is for all these 3 words here. Carefree, creative, and energized. This is what I came up with. I see Jasmine. Hi, hello, Jasmine. Jasmine is asking, how can I find your pins? Oh, Jasmine. Okay. Let's see. You can actually go ahead and just type in my name inside Pinterest. I'm going to show you. Let me show you here. This is actually my name right here. It's Sibila Ribeiro. It's actually Portuguese. So, and then, some people do switch it because of Spanish, but it's not. And that's my board. It's the same thing as my Instagram. If you do get my emails, you can click on it, I think at the bottom. If you go to my website, and I believe that in my personal page, I also have it. So if you click on, let's see, same thing, all my name. So let me see if you find it. If you don't, I can actually write it down here for you. Let me see here. Here I am talking to. So yeah, so you could probably find it easily just by typing my name inside Pinterest. If you don't, I will definitely post the link to my page here for you, okay? The main base here is to find your tone words. So once you get those 5 words, you are golden. Use this little technique here, and you're going to find a ton of visuals that can translate to an inspiration for your own brand. Go ahead and pin away. Don't go crazy, because I know that some of us can pin forever. Believe me, the first time I found Pinterest, which was a long time ago, I think I spent all night pinning. Oh my gosh, I went crazy. So yeah, so when I say pin away, I don't mean like pin away for 10 hours, but go ahead and go shoot for like 80 to 100 pins on that board. Use that word and just go ahead and pick the images you like. And then I believe next week, I want to talk about creating a mood board, and I'm actually going to show you how to do that. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this. I had a ton of fun showing you how I got to my own mood boards, or how I get to my mood boards for my own clients, and I hope you use this. And if you do, come back here, drop me a comment here and let me know what you did, and even like put in your link to your Pinterest board. I'd love to see it. All right, guys. So I hope you have an awesome weekend. If you're watching the replay, have an awesome day or night. And I will see you again next week. Take care. Bye-bye.